Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is a Sunday, and this Sunday is a very exciting one. We're going to have another star forcing event, and this one is going to be a lot more fun than the last one. Today is the 5-10-15 event, so we will be able to start working on some of our damage gear that we have been putting off for a while now. Over the last couple of weeks, I managed to get a few arcane pieces. I believe I managed to get this arcane weapon drop. I have bought 2 armors, and just from this week's weeklies, I managed to get another armor box. So pretty lucky so far on these arcane pieces. I think I only need actually 1 more week's worth of lucid for me to be 5 set. I believe right now I'm on 9 cores. Yep. And if I do hard lucid 1 more time, I should be able to buy the last piece. So 5 set arcane is on the way. But today we have the 5-10-15 event, so we should be able to make some good gains. We get the guaranteed 15 to 16 star, and it will also make our safeguarding items a lot cheaper, which is what I'm going to be working on. I have about 70 bill on me at the moment, but I haven't finished all my weeklies, so I technically have about like 80 to 85 bill. I just haven't done all of my bosses yet, but we'll see what we can do here. I'm currently wearing my Link's Legion and my damage gear, and we are currently sitting at 34 mil combat power going into this event. Hopefully we'll be able to make some good gains from here. Just making our way to the guild hall, and we're gonna try get some guaranteed gains first. So the first ones I'm gonna do are definitely going to be my arcanes. I want to get all of my arcanes to 17. The 17 stars will give us quite a lot of attack, and yeah, that's pretty much a guaranteed gain here. I will actually probably push this to 17. I just want as much damage as possible early because I do want to try to attempt some new bosses later on as well. Alright, our first 17 star here with the weapon. Cost us about 1.5 bill, but I think that's sort of expected with these arcanes. It should cost me about 1.5 to 3 bill per arcane to 17. The safeguarding cost is quite expensive, and we're really gonna just hope we get lucky. Especially for these new pieces that I'm star forcing up as well, because I still have to succeed 12 to 15, and those stars can be pretty pricey as well, depending on how unlucky we are. 14 to 15 is in of itself quite a killer. You can see here each 14 to 15 tap is 160 mil. It's very expensive. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. Let's move on to the next piece. Okay, that glove was a little bit sad on the 14 to 15, but thankfully it streaked to 17 afterwards. I think I spent almost 1 bill just from 14 to 15, maybe a little bit more. And there we go. All of our arcanes are now sitting at 17 star. It cost us a little bit over 7 bill so far. That's probably fine. I think, yeah, about 2 bill per 17. Pretty reasonable. Alright, now I have a few more items I think that was sitting at 16 that I wouldn't mind pushing to 17 first. Here we go. We have like this slime ring here. And I also have a few potentially drop gear. I'm not really sure if I want to push these just yet. Let me just have a quick check. Yeah, there's a few stars here. Maybe I'll leave that towards the end. The various bits of drop gear at 16, I'll probably just leave for later though. Alright, now we're going to do some more fun stars. I want to try to start pushing things past 17 here. And this event is really good for pushing things that are safeguarded, as I've mentioned before. One of the best items that I have that I can kind of guaranteed getting some gains on is hopefully this Meister ring. These Meister rings have been kind of painful in the past, so here's hoping that I can get this first one to 21. And I do have a bunch of spares. I have some Karna's treasures as well. I wouldn't mind trying to get one of these to 21 for my superior ring eventually. So this is going to be the next one. Hopefully this doesn't blow up too many times. I've had some bad experiences with Meister rings, so yeah, let's hope that this gets to 21. Oh, amazing. The first one really did streak to 21. That is a very, very good start. I'm very happy for that. Now, as much as I would like to try to get this to 22, I think it is probably a bit better for me to start working on some other items first. Because 21 is relatively safe. 22, it's a bit of a 50-50 gamble. If it doesn't go, it might not come back to 21. So I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead on this ring and move on to, I guess, my slime ring here. I have 3 spares, which is pretty good. So we'll give this a go. Alright, it's looking like our luck is starting off really strong on this event. Managed to get on the first ring as well, 21 stars. This one I'm actually really happy that it hit 21. I think if it does blow up, I might actually have to leave the room to change these into the Dawn set first. I think it counts as a different item. But yeah, very convenient that the first one managed to go to 21. It feels nice knowing that at least now some of these items are done. I've had a little bit of a bad luck streak with a lot of my CRA gears in the previous videos. It's nice to know that I'm getting the good luck now. I'd rather definitely blow up more of these constantly and spending a lot of money on my CRAs when they're easy to repair versus these items that are a lot more spares gated. But yeah, 2 items already to 21 and relatively cheap too. I think we started tapping the accessories at about 63 bill. So 7 bill, 3 bill per 21. Extremely cheap so far. Fantastic. Next up I have my Twilight Mark. It's currently only at 17 and I only have 1 spare. I don't really want to gamble for 21. I think if this can hit 19 stars, I'll be pretty happy to settle on that. So let's see if this Twilight Mark can get to 19 stars. Okay, there we go. Managed to hit 19 stars. Nice and easy. I'm a little bit scared again to push to 21 just because I only have 1 spare. I think that if this doesn't go to 20 on the next tap, there's a pretty good chance I probably don't see 19 again, so I will settle on 19 for the time being. Next up, I have quite a few options. I have a lot of reinforced earrings. I also have a bunch of rings spare now that this one went to 21. I could try to go for a fodder. I could also try to push the Dom pendant, and I also have a Daybreak. But out of all of these, I think my preference is actually probably going to be this monocle. I'm going to try to get this monocle to 21. I think I have enough spares for maybe 4 of them. Yeah, I have about 1,000 coins here. So I think I have a pretty reasonable chance at trying to get this to 21. Hopefully it goes to 21. I don't think that I will try to go for 22 just yet on this. And at the very least, if I manage to hit this monocle to 21, I can stop doing Commercy for the time being, just to cut down on my dailies a little bit. So let's see how this goes. I don't have any of the spares on me at the moment, so I'm going to have to go grab some more. Let's see how we go. Oh, and there we go. Our first boom of this star forcing session. It was definitely on its way coming. Alright, I'm going to have to go to Commercy real quick and grab some more spares. And I'll see you guys in just a second. Like I said before, I have about 1,000 coins here, so I'm just going to buy 4 of these Sweetwater monocles just to save some time just in case the others don't go too well. I think with this many spares, I'm happy to try to go to 21. I did see 19 a few times, but I think with 4 spares, I have a pretty reasonable shot at getting a 21 star monocle. Once we are down to our final monocle, if it goes that far, then we will settle on 19 hopefully. But worst case situation, we end up back at 17, which is not ideal, but that's okay. Oh, boom number 2. Let's see if with the remaining 3 we can make it. Oh, very nice. We managed to get the 21 star. That was our 3rd monocle attempt. Very, very good so far. That was pretty lucky, actually. I was kind of expecting it to catch up a little bit on the booms. When I saw the first 2 blow up, I kind of thought that that was where my good luck was going to end, but so far, still going strong. Now we can recover that monocle piece. I'm starting to run out of the easy things to work on now. Next up, I think I'm going to go for one of these pendants. The pendants are always a bit of an issue because I need a 21 star pendant, whether it be a Daybreak or a Dominator, maybe even a 22 perhaps. But I think in my position, a 22 might be a bit too greedy. I would like to try to go for maybe a 21 Daybreak, see if that goes. If that goes, I'm going to use that as my 2nd pendant. And then from this point onwards, I'm only going to send Dominators as fodder for my Superior. My Superior is sitting at 0 stars because I've been waiting for this event. So yeah, that is the best case situation. Hopefully this Daybreak goes to 21. I'm not really expecting it to, it's only got 1 spare. If this goes 21, then every Dom pendant from this point onwards is going to be fodder. which will be very convenient. Then I can slowly, hopefully, build up some more spares for the Daybreak, and then one day maybe go for 22, but that might be quite a ways away. Alright, let's see if this Daybreak makes it. Oh, unfortunate. We did actually manage to see the 19 star. It actually streaked straight to 19. And unfortunately it didn't make it. That's okay. We're still pretty much aiming for a 21 pendant anyway. So let's just see if we can get this Dominator pendant to 21. If this goes 21, I'm pretty happy with it. And then I'm just gonna full send these, I think. There's no point for me settling on this. This needs to go to 21 for it to be useful anyway. I'm only worried in the sense I have only 3 spares, but let's see if it goes. Wonderful. Our first Dom pendant went to 21 stars. It's a bit of a shame that the first one wasn't the Daybreak, but that's okay. I'm still extremely happy with this. Dom pendants are such a pain to get, and now I have my second pendant basically done. Pretty much in the exact same position as before, as I was talking about with the Daybreak. I think I just prefer the Daybreak due to the set bonus. It is quite powerful, but yeah, that's all good. I think now every single pendant now is just going into fodders for my superior until I get a 22 star pendant. I think I'm going to leave my existing Dom pendant at 21 until the superior is 22. So yeah, very good achievement here. Managed to get a bunch of extra stars as well, which is fantastic. I have 2 choices. I can either go for my reinforced earrings to transfer into a superior earring. I have 2 here. Or perhaps I can make a 21 Meister ring or Carnage treasure in preparation for my superior ring. I think my preference is probably going to be the superior Golix earring, just because this is something I can get right now. And actually, this is going to be potentially the first time I'm going for a 22 on this character. I have a decent amount of spares here, so hopefully one of these can make it to 21. And then we can get a pretty much guaranteed 20 star superior Golix earring. And then if we have a lot of money, I might try to 22 the second one. Worst case scenario, I have a 20 star. Best case scenario, I have a 22. So let's see how it goes. I have about 17 fodders or so. Hopefully one of these go to 21. Okay, we're about 5 booms in on this reinforced earring. Not too surprised. I am not safeguarding the 16 to 17 star. I will say though, I'm really glad that it's these earrings that are blowing up and none of the other items. All the other items are much worse to blow up, so it does suck that I'm blowing these up, but I'll take blowing up reinforced earrings over slime rings and Dom pendants any day. Times like this, I'm really glad I have a decent amount of money to brute force this. Okay, so number 5 was the lucky one. We managed to get a 21 star reinforced earring. So here, I'm just going to transfer it across onto one of my sub earrings. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep this, just leaving it at 20. This is a kind of expensive way to preserve gains. Usually what a lot of people would do at this point is just simply tap this to 21, because 20 to 21 is relatively safe. But I kind of want to conserve my gains, while at the same time potentially going for a 22. My plan here now is to try to get another earring to 21 and then try to 22 a second superior earring. Let's try a few reinforced earrings to see if we can get another try at 21 stars. If we do, I will attempt for a 22 superior earring. Okay, so we did manage to get another 21 star reinforced earring. Very cool. Now, this one I'm going to try to transfer as well over onto a superior. And then, just going to make sure that I transfer onto a blank one. And then I'm just going to roulette these two. So I'm just going to tap one of them each at a time. First to 21, and then each of them to 22. It's actually not too expensive to do it this way because you can't go below 20 stars. So hopefully one of them make it to 21. That would be a nice gain. I've had a lot of good luck though from 20 to 21, so we'll see what happens. Okay, first try. Let's try the other one now. Okay, and now both of them at 21. Hopefully this goes 22. It'd be ideal. Wow, what an incredibly tanky earring. That took like well over 20 taps. Usually items did not last that long, but wow, we managed to actually get a 22 earring and a 21 earring. I don't really know what I want to do with this. I will probably maybe one day replace this one. It is a gain, but the problem is this is a double item drop item. So yeah, a little bit of suffering from success moment, but I am not complaining by any means. Wow, 22 superior earring and a 21 star superior earring. Both of those were done within about 10-15 bill. Really, really cheap. Super lucky today. This is definitely my event. Okay, so next up, let's have a look at what we have left over. I think the only two things I have left to do are this pendant and this additional ring slot. So the additional ring slot is very straightforward. I just need to brute force a 140 ring to 21 star. And for the pendant is exactly the same thing. So between the two, I think I'm going to go for the pendant first because I already have the item. So I'm just going to aim for a 21 star dumb pendant and just leave this superior pendant at 20 star for a very long time. I'm still quite a ways away from getting any pushes on my pendant and my ring, but I am pretty happy just full sending to 20 stars on this pendant. If none of these pendants make it to 21, that's okay. I'll just settle on a 17 Gox pendant for a while. And those are all the Dom pendants done. So it's a bit unfortunate. These guys are kind of hard to come by. Only managed to get 121, but that is already pretty well ahead of the chances. But what I can do, even though I have no spares here, I think I have enough materials to potentially craft them. So I'm going to quickly go Ardent Mill and then check through some of my characters. I think I have enough materials to actually just craft a few more. Crafting Dom pendants is definitely not ideal. You're definitely gated by some of the materials that are required to craft it. And I think I do have some things that I can use to craft. If I can craft maybe 2 or 3 of them would be pretty awesome. But let's have a quick see to see if we can even make them. Yeah, it looks like my main gate here is this piece of time. Kind of annoying to get, to be honest. I think I have more confusion fragments on my account, but let's just see if this one Dom pendant can make it first before we go digging for more resources. Ah, so close. That was our first boom, 20 to 21, and he was on the first tap as well. We were so close to finishing it up there. Alright, so now that I'm actually out of materials here, I want to quickly have a look at some of my other characters to see if I have some more pieces of time. If I have some more time pieces, then I should be able to craft a few more of these, so I'll be back in a second, guys. After having a quick look around, I did not find any more pieces of time, which is the main thing that I needed. So these, I think you can only really get from fighting mobs and bosses in the Temple of Time. So this is probably something you can farm, but maybe today I will refrain from doing that. I do have other things I can work on. Unfortunately, again, we didn't manage to hit the 21 pendant, but that's okay. I'll be able to slowly work on these spares again, and perhaps in another Star Forcing event, I'll give it another go at the pendant. For now though, I will just leave this pendant at 17. I was hoping to get it to 20, so then I could also feel okay giving it a decent pot, but I think I don't really have that many options right now. So let's go ahead and get this pendant to 17. You know what's actually really funny, guys? I've been here at this 14 to 15 star for a short while now, and I just remembered I could just do my dailies and send it straight to 17. Oh man. I'm just gonna leave it at 14 and I'll finish up my dailies and send this straight to 17 afterwards. Kind of forgot that was part of the game. Alright, embarrassments aside, let's work on to a new item here. I would like to try to get a 21 fodder for the upcoming Superior Ring. So I will just need to hopefully hit a 21 star on this Meister Ring or this Carnage Treasure. They're effectively the same thing. And see if we can get that prepped up for our superior. I don't have that many spares to go through. I think I have 9 rings in front of me here. I am tempted to safeguard them. I think there is an argument to not safeguard them as well, because it can be quite expensive. I think, though, for the first couple, I'm going to run it not safeguarded and see how it goes. If we hit, we hit. If we don't hit and we start to run out of resources, then I might consider safeguarding them. But yeah, again, it's very expensive. On second thought, now that I'm at the 16 to 17 star, the cost to safeguard isn't too significant because it's only a level 140 item. So I don't actually mind just safeguarding these to give myself a better chance of hitting 21. So maybe we'll just run with this for now. Wow, and we actually did manage to get the 21 fodder immediately. That is crazy. That was so cheap. Wow, so our sub ring fodder is basically done here. It's a bit of a shame that didn't work for the pendant, but I'll take this. 100% take this. This has been such a crazy star forcing event for me. So many 21s. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I have a really big itch to tap this to 22. I think if I was streaming right now, everybody would tell me to tap to 22. Because I've had such a good star forcing event, I'm really tempted. And then I could just finish off my Meister ring as well. I do lose out on this pot, but again, if this stays at 21, I can transfer this one away. I'm gonna go for it. Ah, never punished, guys. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, we actually managed to 22 it, and we get to keep our old one at 21. And then we can use this as a fodder. It feels a bit of a waste to fodder away a 3-line int item, but I think the cost to get 3-line int is actually probably a decent amount cheaper than trying to get another 21 or 22. I am so far ahead on this event, it's actually kind of ridiculous. I really don't know what to do here. We still have quite a lot of money. I have 25 bill left to go. I have a few items that are still technically not done. I don't really know how to approach this, honestly. I'm a little bit too afraid to tap some of these items to 22. I could try to 22 this slime ring, but I don't want to tap this one directly. Oh. I really don't know what to do here. I didn't think I'd get this far with my money. I think knowing that I'm so far ahead up in this event, I'm not even afraid to try to go for something crazy. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to 21 this other Twilight marker. My current one is at 19. It is 3-line like I said, but I don't know. At this point, I can kind of just tap whatever and I won't feel too bad about it. And there it goes. I tried to go straight for the 22 on this Twilight mark. I gotta say, that's gotta be some of the tankiest 20 stars I've ever tapped in my life. That's pretty close to 30 taps before it blew up. I could have settled on the 21, but I figured if I get it to 21, I'm gonna want to try to make it better than this Twilight mark at 19. And I think at 21, 2 lines, it might not be better than this, so I had to go for the 22, in my view. I think it was probably smarter of me to just tap the existing 19 to see if it goes to 21, rather than risking a new one, but that's okay. I was kind of having a bit of fun there. I think I can stop star forcing with like 23 bill remaining. And I still haven't done my weekly, so I still have quite a lot of money to play with. With this amount of money, I think I'm just going to fix all of my pots now. We have quite a lot of items here to cube up. I think the ones that I'm going to start off are the ones with no pots. So with this superior earring here, I will try to get this to legendary to start. And I do have a few things I need to work on. I have this superior pendant, the earring. We have our 22 Meister ring as well, along with our cape here. And everything else, I think, is sitting kind of pretty. So yeah, let's just start off with the superior earring. Okay, now that all of my items are at least unique, I need to go buy some bright cubes. I usually buy them from my Android, but the heart ran out, so I can't actually buy it inside this room anymore. I'm hoping not to buy too many, but there are a lot of items that I don't mind getting a good pot on, so let's just buy 100 at a time first to see where we go. And then hopefully a few items go up to legendary. My main priority is definitely this earring, because this is effectively my best in slot, which is insane. Just making sure, yep, this is in fact the 22 earring that I'm using. Oh, a nice tier up, and we even managed to get 2 lines of int. Probably leave that for the time being and work on the next item, which is going to be our Meister's ring here. Now, the slight problem with this Meister ring is, even though it is a 22 star, for it to be better than my current Meister ring, I still probably need to 3-line this. I don't really know what the chances of me getting the 3-line is on this item, but there's a good chance that I will probably just end up holding onto it on my inventory, and then when I get my eventual superior Golix ring, that's when this will disappear, and then this can jump back in. And there we go, we got the tier up, and I think the last I'm going to try to tier up is this cape. I'm not too fussed about tearing up the Golix pendant just because I'm going to eventually try to fodder into it anyway, so don't need to really over-invest on this pendant. I think leaving it as unique and then maybe rolling 1 or 2 lines on it with the free bossing cubes is probably the best idea. We'll see what we can do with the rest of our money. That is going to be our last legendary for the time being. Now what we got to do is just roll for some nice lines. I think here I don't really mind overspending. These pretty much are going to be my best in slots for a very long time. Just going to start off with trying to get 2 lines of int on this cape. I think I'm pretty happy trying to go straight for 23%. Usually I settle on 10 and 10, but I think I'm pretty happy just going straight. Never mind. Or I can just hit the 3-line in 12 cubes. Okay. This event has been just absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say anymore. It just keeps giving. Also, not to mention, I just got this cape and I flamed it as well. I did it off camera with some event flames. It's a 96 and 5 flame. This Blaze Wizard is eating so much, and it's... I don't know. It's actually so ridiculous. Thankfully, accessories, in comparison to other items, are a lot cheaper to roll for a 3-line, or even a fake 3-line. I'll just take whichever pot comes first that looks nice. Oh, there we go. Managed to hit 24% on these earrings. We can try to fix them another time. Don't really need to try too hard for this one at the moment, because I don't think it's beating out this current Meister ring anytime soon. I just moved around my drop gear a little bit so then I can properly see the range difference. As it turns out, it is slightly better at 21%. This does actually bring me a lot of confidence. Well, maybe I will just try to 3-line this. It looks like pretty much any 3-line should beat out my current 21. Wow. I guess the attack on the ring is pretty significant. That is a pleasant surprise. Alright, I guess we are just going to go for whatever stats look nice then. Hopefully at least a 24%. Wow, and we managed to actually hit a 27%. That is pretty nice. That is basically the same pot as my existing Meister's ring, but is obviously a little bit better thanks to the stars on it. Now I think with the rest of the cubes, I'm happy to probably just throw it onto the earrings. I know the earrings are already 24%, but I think going for 27 plus is not that greedy. Slight regrets are to be had right now. I might have used up all the leftover glowing cubes and I did not hit, so I'm just gonna try to chase this loss a little bit. Which is kind of funny because today is a star forcing event, but I'm spending a decent amount cubing. I really want to get that 3-line back. Maybe it was a little ambitious to go for a better line, but at the same time, this event has gone so well. I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun here. And there we go. We managed to hit the 3 lines of int, nice and clean. 12.99. Oh, it's beautiful. Felt a little bit bad rolling away the 24. Was going to settle on 24, but I will take this 3 lines of int any day. Okay, just finished up the dailies, and I should be able to check in here. And with this check-in, we can get our 17 star scroll, and we can use this on our Golix pendant. I'll put it straight to 17 and save us a little bit of money. I should have done that pretty much straight away, but that's all good. And yeah, I think that is pretty much all of the gains that I can make on this character today. A pretty significant gain across so many different items. The only items on my character that were above 17 were just my CRAs that were all at 21, and this belt that was sitting at 21. Now everything is pretty much at 21, with the exception of this Golix pendant, which I ran out of dump pendants trying to go for, and my arcanes, which are sitting at 17. And on top of that too, all of these items have 3-line, with the exception of the Golix pendant, obviously, because it's only at unique right now. This has been a pretty insane event for me. I really want to stop while I'm ahead here. I'm very tempted to do more weeklies and do some more tapping or something like that, but let's just see where we are right now. I believe that at the beginning of the event, we started off at about 33 mil combat power. Let's see where we are now. We're sitting at 53 mil combat power now. We gained 20 mil. Not to mention, it doesn't take into account the fact that I have this raw 4 now as well. So my burst in a lot of the bosses is going to be pretty significant. And on top of that too, I am still missing technically 2 items on my character. I am missing my superior Galax ring. I do have the fodder ready for that thanks to the Meister ring that I have in my inventory. And I'm still waiting for the Galax belt to drop, which is actually a pretty significant item. The Galax belt is very, very strong. Being 53 mil without either or 2 of those items, it's a pretty big jump in damage. And hopefully by the end of next week as well, I should be able to get my Arcane Shoe to finish up my 5 set Arcanes, which is also another big jump in damage because we get the 5 set, giving me 40 attack and 10% boss damage. This character is getting crazy strong. I just need to be a little lucky on the belt, but other than that, I am just waiting on consistent gains. I would really like to see this character get a few more drops. In particular, I'm looking for the Twilight mark. This one is sitting at 19. If I had decided to tap it directly, maybe it could have been 21, but I was just having a bit of fun to see if I could 22 the spare. And there are a few other items I would like to push, including this Guardian Angel ring, eventually to 22. I have 3 spares, which is pretty reasonable, but I don't want to push my luck today. And then hopefully in the future, if we get more Arcane boxes, maybe we can push these Arcanes as well. What a crazy event for me today. Alright, here we go. Just 2 taps, right guys? Easy.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
We
21?
got 22. So
Oh.
It's always the first one. I'm broke.